This is day 98 of trying to get to 2000 ELO on chess.com. I'm currently rated 1931, which is my highest rating, and I'm versing someone rated 2032. I'm going to have to play the Alekhine's defense and blitz out all of the opening moves. So I'll end up having to move my knight around the board, probably Fianchetto my bishop, castle kingside. So this is the 4 pawns attack. This is actually my favorite line to play against. And so I'll probably end up just Fianchettoing my bishop, pushing this pawn, giving up this pawn they push, pinning their knights, and then eventually just trying to take to try and win the central pawn. So I will, my next move is to take, and then once they take back, give up this pawn, and then they usually push, and then I pin their knight. But he decides to play a little bit differently. So I have to take this, and I have to give up this pawn, because if they take, my knight goes back, and I'm attacking 2 pawns at once. So for example, I give up the pawn. He could take this, then I would move my knight back, and he can't defend both of the pawns because I have 2 attackers. So pushing is actually the most common move. And then I'm not really sure what I'll play after that. Probably just taking the free pawn, but then he could take, but then I could take his rook. So since he's played it a little bit differently, I'm actually not sure what the best moves are after this. And he decides to take. Insane. I'm kind of thinking of just moving my knight back. I'm even kind of thinking of just taking this, but I would say the most logical move would be to move my knight, because I have this queen check, which is, I think, very important. And he decides that he's going to give up this pawn. I have seen this idea before. I don't really think this works. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to, this queen check seems interesting, but I need to just take this pawn. This is hanging, so probably developing his knight is a good move. And so now I'm thinking of attacking his bishop, because if he were to move his bishop, I could then take his queen, but then I would also be attacking this. I'm just going to play that. I don't really want to think too long. I'm also thinking of castling kingside or trying to develop my knight. I do have a little bit of a weakness in my position. These pawns are doubled, but his pawns are also doubled. So positionally, it's probably equal, but I for some reason, I feel very confident in my position. Like, I feel like I have a very strong, I feel like I have an advantage, but maybe I don't. Okay, my opponent gives me this check. So I was thinking of attacking his queen with my bishop. So I don't know what I'm thinking about. I'm just going to attack his queen, and I'm still threatening this, so he has to defend that. But there's something very, very odd about his position. Like, it seems like there's like some weird. His position seems very weak. Yeah, his position's weak. I'm going to move my bishop to open up this to attack this, but to also threaten this at the same time. Okay. Oh, I guess that. Oh, that does work. That does work. He has this check. Okay. So I missed that. I definitely did miss that. Taking this, he would probably just take, and that just doesn't really work. So yeah, if I were to take this pawn, then it looks like he would sacrifice with check. It just doesn't look good. I can't allow him to take this. So now I'm kind of thinking of castling, but then he can still sacrifice. But maybe positionally, I might have some type of. I should have something. I'm just going to play it safe. I'm just going to move my queen. I don't like how he's able to sacrifice and then take my queen, so I'm going to avoid that. He can't really develop his knight, because I should just be able to take that. So I'm definitely winning, but I have to start playing the best moves in order to actually have an advantage here. So I have to, on the next move, I should have some type of advantage, I think. Okay, so yeah, I was also looking at this move. If I give him this check, bishop attacking my queen looks like a huge problem. If I were to take this with check, that also, I don't know if that really helps me either. If I were to take this, undoubles his pawn structure. I'm gonna have to take a moment to think. I don't really want to play this move, but because my bishop's putting pressure here, but I'm taking this knight. I'm definitely taking the knight, and I'm giving him this check. And if he goes here, then I'm taking this pawn. Or maybe I should just castle. after I definitely have to castle still. If he moves his bishop here, I might even try taking his taking this with check. His queen takes. I'm not really sure. I just want to. I know I can win this pawn. Okay, so he blocks. So if I were to go here, okay, I'm definitely. I could take this with check though. I definitely could take that with check. Actually, I'm going to first take this with check. I think it makes more sense to take this with check. I have to be careful because he has maybe this check in the future if I don't castle soon. So my queen is hanging. If I were to take this and he were to sacrifice his bishop to try and get this, I could just castle. So I think I can go here unless I'm completely missing something. If you were to sacrifice, I can't take that because check, so I'd have to castle. Okay. So he's threatening this. And he's also threatening to take my bishop. I could actually just take his bishop because that comes with check. So if I were to do that, it looks like maybe he would take with the pawn to keep this. I'm not really sure. I could castle. I don't really like how he's able to take, but then maybe having the rook here is kind of nice. So I still have to. Actually, I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm just gonna castle. I know that's the best move, and then I'm gonna take this, and then I'm just gonna castle. Okay, he takes with the queen. He's threatening to take my rook. I could castle, or I could just move my rook over, but then he would be able to go here. So I'm going to castle. I'm going to castle, play it safe. I'm up a pawn, but my position actually isn't that good because my knight has nowhere to go. So I need to develop my knight somehow. I'm going to push this pawn. I'm very worried about this knight move, or some type of knight move. I'm very worried about this. I need to get my knight into the game, so I need to take this pawn. I also need my rook to be defending my queen, because in the future he might have this rook move. My queen's almost trapped, so I can't allow his rook to be here. I'm kind of thinking of giving up this pawn so that my queen's able to get back. Okay, he decides to castle. That also looks like a very good move. I need to take this, and I need to get this knight over here. He can't go here because I can sacrifice my queen. I will actually sacrifice my queen because the two rooks. So yeah, the two rooks, that's actually a terrible move. That is a horrifically terrible move because I'm up 3 points of material. It's still going to be very difficult for me to win this game. Like it's still going to be very hard, but I'm definitely winning now. So I'm thinking of going here. I have to watch it for this pawn push attacking. That's like a sneaky move if he pushes this pawn because he's trying to attack my rook. But I'm trying to move my knight into the position. Okay, he decides to threaten to take this. So I could go here, defending that, attacking his queen, but also threatening this at the same time, but also defending my pawn. So that looks very strong. And I'm just going to play that. Because his knight can't take because it's pinned. He can't take this. And I need to get my other rook into the game. I also need to take his knight. Okay, my opponent moves their queen. So if I were to take this, then they would probably have to take back. Yeah, so I'm going to take their knight. I need to trade off as much material as possible. This pawn is hanging. So I need to probably... Or maybe I should just allow him to take that. I'm going to play a lot faster, though. Ooh, that's a problem. I played with a 75.9% accuracy. My opponent played with a 79.9% accuracy. I ended up losing a few more games, so my rating is now 1911, percentile 99.5%, and a high of 1931. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.